So today's video was inspired by a story I saw on Reddit. So, story goes like this. A guy wanted to feed some ducks some bread, but there were no ducks, so he fed it to some crows. Now the crows started following him around, and eventually they started giving him just random items like those small bones, some shells, cool things like that, shiny rocks. Then one day, one of them brought him a little green slip of paper with a number on it. And then the person used that to buy the crows better bread. Now the crows actually caught on to that and then always gave him money. And that was it. Like, no random items. Just money because it gave them better bread. Now that's great ingenuity. But does it work? So starting out, we just have to make a formula for so first we need our little formula. So we need crows, which we'll say is C, and we'll say that each crow pulls in about $5 a day. So 5C, and then you just gotta minus the cost of bread, which we're gonna say is B, and then add like a 5% chance of getting an extra value item, something that isn't money, but is more valuable than money. Like perhaps they bring you a wedding ring. So we got our formula, and then if we just do all the calculations, in the US, one crow would bring in $52, one crow would bring in $52 every day. Or not every day. Yes. On average, the crow will bring in $52 every day. In theory, they would only bring $5 every day, but this is accounting for the 5% chance of getting a special bonus item. So you just gotta, factor that in. And, minus cost spread. So in New York City, they bring in like 52 cents and 65 or $52.65. In London, it would be about $54.74. In Sydney, Australia, it would be $52.54. And then in Toronto, Canada, I didn't find out until after this, but Toronto is actually not a big city. So pretend I said Quebec City right there. They would bring in $52.40. Now, this is already a decent amount. Now, how many crows would you need to make a living wage every year? Well, in the USA and Canada, you would need 4 crows, and meanwhile in the UK and Australia, you'd only need 2. Problem, though, living wage is pretty high. In the US alone, it's $68,000. However, in big cities like New York City and London and such, only about $1,000 or $1,013 are dropped every year. That is nowhere near 68,000. If the crows are able to find that in about a year, we seem to have run into an issue. But we have a solution. What if they rob people? Like the little Crows Guild of Thieves, they just, I don't know, they just take it out of people's pockets, or take the tip out of at restaurants, like an outdoor diner, just take the tip out of the checkbook. Now, of course, this might raise a problem, but at the same time, it's probably similar to the situation with monkeys in Costa Rica and such, where the monkeys will steal your stuff and then demand food in return for it. And tourists go there just to get robbed by the monkeys. So the crows would have no problem at all finding food if they just understood currency, which didn't seem that hard. They just needed to pick up a piece of paper, bring it to someone, and the person needed to give a better reward. It's actually, like, impressive. Really impressive. Anyway, that ends today's video. This was just I was bored, so I calculated stuff. I'm good at it. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. Because, I don't know, this was actually a fun thing to do, surprisingly. I actually learned to use something I learned in math class. Anyways, this has been the Riot Alien, and I leave in peace.